Good morning and welcome to Mayor's Weekly. As always, we're pleased to have you with us. And joining me today is Carmen Harris, who heads up our solid waste division. And before we get into what we're going to talk about, something I chuckle about from time to time. When we hired Carmen to run solid waste, people come up and said, "You mean you hired a lady to run solid waste?" And I said, "We sure did." And what I'm here to tell you today is we got it right. Carmen's doing a great job for us.
Thank you, Mayor.
And looking at after solid waste, has no problem with dealing with tough situations, and those come more frequent than we like, don't they, Carmen?
That's true.
But that's just part of the territory. But Carmen, solid waste is something that draws a lot of attention, regardless of where you're at, whether you're in municipal government, county government, that sort of thing. And it's labor intensive. It takes a lot of money to run solid waste. And just a little overview of the magnitude of our operation, maybe how many employees you have, how many shifts you operate, that sort of thing.
We have 15 employees out there. A few of those are part-time employees, and then we run two shifts. Your residential garbage is through a day shift, and then our business and commercial garbage is a night shift position.
And that night shift, we don't have two shifts. That night shift probably wraps up around midnight or something like that.
They start at midnight and end around 6 a.m. before
Okay,
the traffic.
start at midnight. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Carmen, we know it takes a lot of equipment, and the scrutiny of the environmental folks is pretty intense. And you and I have talked about this, particularly after the fire over here on the east side of the state. The things that you've had to do, and not just being on top of your A game, but being on the tip top of your A game, because those folks can assess brutal penalties if they so choose, can't they?
They can. They're very precise on what they're looking at, and we try to get it right the first time.
Right, and because there's probably no second chance, is there?
No.
Now, another thing, there's a lot of talk about the brine landfill, and that's a different kind of landfill than what you're looking after, is it not?
It is. The brine landfill is an MSW. That is where all of our solid waste and household garbage goes to. Our landfill is an inert landfill, so we mostly construction, debris, and anything that's not gas, liquid, any household garbage we do not take in our landfill.
Right. Well, everything, the world, municipality, solid waste is evolving at a fairly rapid clip, and one of the things that we talk about is as you'd expect in a city of 15,000, solid waste services a lot of accounts. Do you know roughly how many residential accounts we service?
I want to say it's around, it was at 4,000 the last time I checked. I think that was increased. That was from the last study that I have received. It has increased, and the commercial count is way up from there.
Yeah, we've got trucks making 4,000 stops just to handle the residential things. Equipment wears out. But one of the things that we're experiencing, and other people met, is we have delinquency issues, and the cost of running solid waste, and nobody knows it better than Carmen, goes on whether we get paid for picking up the garbage or not. And we have seen our delinquency challenges continue to grow, and that's not a reflection on Carmen. She does not have a hand in that at all, but we have decided there's some things that have to be done to improve our collection rate in the solid waste area, and we're moving in that direction with some state-of-the-art equipment. And Carmen, if you will, we've talked about it. It's it's not installed yet, is it?
Not installed yet. Hopefully
Okay.
very soon.
Okay, but give an overview of what we're bringing on board and how you see it can help us.
The programming is called for our trucks Third Eye, and then our billing software will be called a soft pack, and they're integrated together. So the positive thing we saw in Third Eye is it is called positive service verification. And with that, we will have 360 view around our trucks at all times. So every time we can view the trucks when they're on the road picking up garbage, and then they will be able to select in their truck if they picked, once the arm moves and picks up the garbage and picks up the container, it'll send an alert to the truck. It'll say, yes, we got all the garbage, or if we did not, why were we not able to receive the garbage? From there, we will know every account we have serviced within that day. From there, it will also tell us from the billing department of SoftPack, has this customer paid their bill, and we will be able to tell and pick up their garbage from that. Where in
All
the
right, let's
past,
stop right there just a minute. Excuse me for my interruption. That driver is going to be alerted that the account's in arrears,
yes,
right? And the decision has been made, if the account's in arrears, we're not going to pick up the garbage. Is that right?
correct.
Okay. And it's our hopes that that is going to really help our collection experience in solid waste, which pays the bills. And now, and we go back when being able to monitor the truck. Not that we think our employees are doing anything wrong, but it documents where we've been and what we've done, and if there's any challenges or whatever, I almost equate it to the body cameras that we got for our police department. You can't believe how that's eliminated controversy. And
Yes, I think that will, one thing it'll do is positively educate our citizens on the ordinance of Jasper about what is allowed in trash. And we get a lot of calls from our drivers that they were not able to pick up a container because it was blocked or there was construction in it that we can't put in our trucks for maintenance issues. So I think this will help us also educate the public on what we're doing every day and where their tax dollars are going.
Carmen, let's just take a hypothetical situation, and this is, as you well know, is not hypothetical really. Somebody calls and, your driver ran over my garbage can, or they drove through my yard, or they didn't do this or whatever. Up until now, it's just kind of their word against ours, and our
It
driver.
is.
But going forward,
we will be able to take that address, the time of day, and view what actually happened.
so we can
on the
bring, if we're challenged by a customer, we can bring them in, and if they will come in and take a look at this video and see exactly what happened.
That is correct.
Good.
So I think it's going to be very positive for the city in a whole, and especially our delinquent accounts.
Yeah. Now, Carmen, you do a great job of managing your budget and that sort of thing. These sort of things cost money. And do you recall right off what the city will spend in acquisition and installation and running this? And will you have to have additional employees to help with that?
Right now, we don't see any additional employees. We're looking under 60,000 of what we're expected right now.
Around $60,000 expenditure on Third Eye?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that'll include, there will be a monthly fee for the billing software, but we already have to pay that with a different company. We're just switching that over, and it was very reasonable to the same cost.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Carmen, I said you came from a different area in the city to take over solid waste, and we bought new trucks, and they're better equipped than the old trucks or whatever. But I see this as a major uptick and bringing efficiency to our operation. Do you see it that way?
I think it's going to improve the way we operate. I think we'll be more efficient for sure. And one positive thing, our drivers and our employees, they're excited about this.
So they're buying
looking
in.
They're buying in. They're excited. They are not. They want the public to know what they're doing as well. So they're buying into this, and they can't get. They're ready for it to get installed and us start operating with this.
Your best call when this will be operational, Carmen?
We're hoping, is the way it looks, February 1st.
February 1st.
That's not for sure yet, just kind of waiting with the holidays might slow that down with getting all the equipment installed.
So let's go back, because I want people to know, and we're going to get some newspaper publicity. We're going to get publicity on our website. But if you have not paid your garbage bill, that driver's not going to pick up your garbage.
Correct.
And then number two, if you have a quarrel with how things are done or what maybe has not been done or whatever, then the city will be documented in the form of videos that will show exactly what has taken place, and those will be available as we discuss any points of contention that might arise.
That's correct.
That's good? Good. Carmen, what else would you might add about solid waste? Certainly don't have to. Again, I commend you for the great job you've done and being willing to hit the challenges head on, and that's what it takes to be an effective leader, and you've done a great job there. Anything else you might add?
I'd just like to remind everybody that next week is Thanksgiving, so Thursday's garbage pickup will actually fall on Wednesdays. Everybody else will remain the same.
Well, you know, somebody was talking, I think maybe last week, in a particular area that the cycle may have gotten off by a day, but there's any number of things that can trigger that, isn't there, Carmen? Maybe the truck was down or whatever, or...
Trucks have maintenance issues all the time, so we run into that daily. Another issue that we run into a lot is if we have an employee off, we're putting in another driver to run that route. And right now, that's just done by knowledge and knowing the city map. And that's another positive thing about Third Eye. This system will integrate. They'll have a GPS in their truck, and it tells them each stop to make. So a new driver in that position, or a driver that's not usually running that route, they will have a GPS in their tablet that'll tell them every stop. So hopefully that'll prevent that in the future as well.
Oh. Well, I always get excited about progress, and I think without question, Third Eye is a step in the right direction.
I believe so.
Good, good. Carmen, thank you for joining us today, and we hope you have an enjoyable Thanksgiving, and we'll look forward to being with you the week after Thanksgiving.